Hey everybody, it's Tim. Welcome to today. Going to do a quick video for you today about an approach to grinding at home. It's advice I've been giving people in the shop. I wrote it up as a blog post. So, the biggest win you can give yourself when you're brewing at home is using just ground coffee. That means buying a coffee grinder and using it on the daily. Now, for some folks, it's too much trouble. Too messy, too noisy, or just a pain in the butt. Other folks realize that the taste advantage is unparalleled, and they never buy pre-ground coffee again. Trouble is you don't know which kind of a person you are yet, and burr grinders that folks like me recommend cost $100 or more. Now, most folks do not want $100 worth of grinder glaring at them from the counter while they sheepishly reach for a K-cup. So, what I've told the grinder reticent is what I'm about to tell you. Start cheap and simple. Get the $15, $20 blade grinder and just start using it. It's not ideal by any stretch, but is way better than buying pre-ground coffee or even having your roaster friend grind it for you at the coffee shop. After a week or two, you'll know if you're a grind as you brew convert or not. If you're on board the grinder train, just clean up your blade grinder and put it in a cupboard. That's your backup grinder. You can also give it to a friend who's on the fence about grinding their own. Next, head out and pick up a nice burr grinder. There are a couple I recommend that are linked in the article. I've used them both myself, and one of them I've actually used daily in my home for over 10 years. Now I need to warn you about the $50 burr grinders. You see them at the store, online, and in people's homes. Trust me, it's not worth the money. They tend to be as inconsistent as a blade grinder, just as noisy, and they cost 3 times more than a blade grinder, and they take up way more space. Here's how burr grinders work. They have 2 burrs. One is stationary, and the other one spins. You control how coarse or fine your coffee is by changing the distance between the burrs. Now, the major difference between the $50 grinder and the more expensive ones is the speed that the moving burr spins. On the cheap grinders, the spinning burr is mounted directly to a high-speed motor, and the only thing slowing it down is the friction of the beans between the burrs. As the beans run out, the burr speeds up, sounding like a jet plane taking off, and it wrecks the consistency of the grounds. You've just entered blade grinderland again with all of its problems. The costlier grinders either have a geared drivetrain that reduces the speed of the spinning burr or use a low-speed motor that has more power. These grinders don't speed up when the beans run out. They remain considerably quieter, and more importantly, they keep the grind more consistent. So, what's the difference between the $50 grinder and the $100 grinder? A few pizzas? A round of cocktails? Again, over the decade you'll use that grinder, it's pennies a cup. So, what I'm saying is, once you figure out you're going to grind daily, spend $100, $150 on a burr grinder for your home and you'll be much, much happier with the coffee. A good grinder will last you for years. That's how to ooch into grinding at home. Let me know how it goes for you. Thank you for your time and attention.